Tell you what, folks, I was relieved early on this morning, and 5 minutes later I wasn't. When I say relieved, there's nothing. Don't read anything into that at all. No, I've been asking yesterday for Starmer to do something of a U-turn and get rid of that politician from that there Rochdale, the one that's spouted all that hate over the weekend. Anyway, yesterday we turned on our TVs and it turns out Starmer's all for him. He's not going to get rid of him. He's going to keep him in situ. And he said he couldn't replace him because it's gone that far down the line. You can't put another candidate in there to run for the seat because I think it's been done in 3 or 4 weeks' time. And he said he's looked into things and things aren't that bad. You know, and the guy's apologised and some of it's been took out of context. He's not going to get rid of him. And I said, you need to. You've just got to do it. You've got to do the right thing. You know, don't be worried about taking him out of the firing line and losing the seat. I mean, at the moment, it's looking like you're going to win the country by a landslide when you finally go to the polls. So one seat's not going to do you any harm. You've got to do what's right. Anyway, I wakes up this morning to see that he's decided to bullet him. And I thought, great, at last you've grew a pair, you've done something. And then I thought to myself, I don't know that it's good enough. You know, I heard what this guy had said, this is a Pakistani MP over the weekend. I heard what he said over the weekend and I thought straight away, that's just hatred, that's just bile, he's got to go. Had I have run that party, or any other party for that matter, it'd have been bulleted straight away. I'd have picked up a phone and I'd say, did you say that? He would have said, yes, I did, Governor, I did say it, but it was taken out of context and I didn't really mean it and I'm sorry. At which juncture I'd still say, well, look, you said it to start with, you shouldn't have said it, you're down the road. I accept your apology and I'm going to say to people, it was taken out of context, you didn't mean it and you have apologised. But I can't stand by somebody that said that, so you're down the road. That's what I would have done. That's not what Starmer did. He heard all the evidence and still was willing to stick by him. And then, when people jumped higher and higher and, you know, bull-footed and really started kicking Starmer, kicking the party, he decided he had to act. The clamour was so great he couldn't do anything but act. And I just thought to myself, he's been forced into doing what he didn't want to do. He didn't want to bullet this fella. And if he had anything about him at all, he'd have done it. He wouldn't have needed all the clamour. He wouldn't have needed all the outside noise. He'd have just done it. You know, as soon as he realised that guy said those things, regardless of how sorry he was or how they were taken out of context or how he didn't really mean it, he should have just been down the road. He should have been down the road. And a good boss would have done that. As I've said in the past, I'm not so sure Starmer is that good boss. And my worry is if he gets the country like it's looking like he's going to, God only knows how he's going to cope. You know, this guy's struggling and he's not doing a great job, but I think he is doing his best for all it pretty crap what he's doing. But I would trust this guy more than I trust Starmer. And as I've said, I trust Farage more than both of them. Regardless of what his politics are, that's not what interests me. What interests me is somebody trying to do the right thing and sticking by what they say and having some kind of principle. And I'm not sure Starmer's got that at all. I'm really not. So he's got rid of him. But as I say, is it not a case of too little, too late? I think it probably is.